Hello and welcome to Rolling with Reviews. I'm Will, and with me as always is the very animated one herself,
Sarah.
And today we're doing a review of Looney Tunes Mayhem. Sarah, tell us a bit about this game.
All right, Looney Tunes Mayhem is a tactical combat game of wackiness. The goal is to collect victory points, which can be done by either knocking out an opponent's tune or from certain places on the board. The first team to 5 victory points is the winner. All right, Will, so why did we get this?
In short, it's Looney Tunes. We actually don't have any other board games that are Looney Tunes.
No, we both grew up on Looney Tunes, but it just doesn't seem to be in the modern subconscious, I guess?
I think they call it a zeitgeist.
Zeitgeist.
Yes, so seeing it pop up, that was fantastic. It also looked like wacky fun, which is very representative of the Looney Tunes branding. So that fit very well. And it also isn't all combat.
Right.
So like 3 out of your 5 points is usually just trying to get it around the board and getting in the right spots.
Yep.
So those were all neat, cool factors. Plus, fully painted miniatures.
Yes.
That was neat. And they look like the Looney Tunes. They didn't do a weird artistic representation.
Right. Like some of the Marvel stuff where they went
chibi sort of.
Yeah, anyways, that's not this game. So what do we like about the game? I mean, it really does have a great representation of the wackiness from the cartoon. It's there.
Yeah, everything you do feels like something that would happen in the cartoon.
Yep.
And, seeing them play out on this quick little board in iconic spots is more nostalgia.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's Acme tokens. That's just amazing. That's awesome. So it is tactical gameplay. That's not normally one of our go-to things, but it really works well we like it. If you play a lot of tactical games, I have no idea how it compares to other tactical games, but it feels really good in how you're trying to move around and get those victory points. And the fact that, like we said, it's not all combat. In fact, I don't think you could win this game if you just focused on trying to knock out your opponent's tunes because it takes so long.
Yeah, it's really meant for those last final points.
Yes.
So therefore, it actually plays rather quickly.
Oh, yeah. Didn't we say like our first game was like 4 rounds?
It was 3 rounds. It was under 45 minutes, and it was a learning game.
Yeah, that was so surprising. So that was really good. And honestly, the other thing that really impresses us, 2-player is the base way to play, and it's so good. I mean, yes, there are other games out there that are 2-player only games. That's another conversation for another day. But when you have a game that can be played with more players, typically the 2-player is the last mode or variant to really be developed. So this is really cool.
Yes.
Now, though, what we don't like about the game, and for me, my most frustrating part has got to be those game tiles. They're hexes, but the way you put the board together, what's indicated as the top of the hex is actually kind of tilted sideways, so all the text you're trying to read is at an angle, and it's just really weird.
Yeah, and for me, the issue I have is the rule book is a bit open-ended. It doesn't answer a lot of questions, and this became a problem because our second play, we pulled out some bonus characters that we had picked up from the Kickstarter. We didn't understand a rule, so we didn't play it correctly. I mean, we came up with something that we both thought might be the case and just went with it, and we ended up having to just abandon the game because it was like not ending.
We just got into a stalemate, and I think we were on to the 6th round, and we were over an hour into it and analyzing the board with how we understood the rules, which we understood the rules wrong, but how we understood the rules, we couldn't get out of this stalemate. There was no way and we were both at 4 victory points. One of us just needed to get one more victory point, and it didn't look possible.
Not anytime soon.
Not anytime soon. And the sad part is when I went to BGG, and there's a thread in the rule for a Q&A from someone officially from the game, from the company, and they provided a fantastic diagram of how the obstacles actually work. And that just needed to be in the rules, and there never would have been a problem. And I wasn't the only one. Someone else came in and said, oh, that's how obstacles work?
Yeah.
So,
yeah, the wording they chose is very ambiguous.
Yeah,
So.
I mean, it was basically like any adjacent location. So, yeah, it didn't work out. Yeah. So yeah, the rule book, there's a lot of, not a lot, but there's enough ambiguity that you might stumble across something that you will need to get clarity on.
Yes. The other problem is something that's very common to Cool Mini or not.
Yeah.
They like to make a lot of content exclusive.
Yeah.
So we know that the base game is going to be available retail. We think there's a 4-pack that...
Well, we know there's a 4-pack.
Yeah.
We think it might be available.
That might also be retail. And that includes Wile E. Coyote, Roadrunner, Tweety, and Sylvester.
Yes.
Now, the ones that we're pretty sure is not going to be available is an 8-pack. That was just the Kickstarter. So that's 8 more characters that might be your favorite and you're not going to see.
Right.
And there was a special Dastardly and Muttley that's compatible with the Mayhem.
Right. It was a crossover between the...
Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo, thank you. The Scooby-Doo board game, it can be used in both that and the Mayhem system. So I always find it frustrating because, yeah, we got in on the Kickstarter, so we got everything. But then it's hard for me to say, I really recommend this game when you're only going to be able to get a fraction of the content easily. Now, granted, there will probably always be people selling off their Kickstarter versions, but because of how rare they are, they've retained their value and or they might cost more. Now, you might just want to wait to the next Kickstarter, which is always viable, but then you have to wait. Now, one good piece is there is another Mayhem game. It's Teen Titans Go. Whether that's your jam, I don't know. It wasn't ours, so we didn't get it.
It's not our Space Jam. Because that's Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
It's a joke.
It is a joke. I got it.
All right.
So, but the good news is, if it has Mayhem in the name on the box, it's compatible. And so what I'm just hopeful is they'll keep making new Mayhem sets, so at least you'll be able to have some cross compatibility with different IPs, which is actually interesting because there's other games we've seen where they make it so that you can't cross IPs at all.
Right.
They make it so that the game is just different enough that they're not compatible, and that sucks. So right now you can put Looney Tunes up against Teen Titan Go and have a cross battle that way.
Right.
Okay, so who is this for?
This is for those people that want a tactical skirmish game, but don't want to spend a really long time. Because we play tactical skirmish games, and an hour and a half in, we're like, maybe we should get back to this later.
Yeah.
And finish it. This under 45 minutes.
Yeah, there's no slowing this down. It goes really fast, which is fantastic because when you want that, and because of especially the IP, you want it to be a fun, light experience. I mean, you just do.
Yes. So that's who it's for.
Yes. That's it, ratings.
That's ratings. So, for ratings, we each have 1d6 worth of ratings to give. 1 is low, 6 is high. We give a number, a reason why, add those two numbers together to see what it rolled for us. Sarah, what did Looney Tunes Mayhem roll for you?
It rolled a 4. I do really like the IP. I actually enjoy the tactical gameplay. It's not my typical cup of tea, but it works really well with the IP, with everything that's going on. I don't rate it any higher because of the rulebook issues and the fact that I just still hesitate and hate that I can't fully put like my recommendation behind it because you won't be able to get all of it and have all of the variety, because I think that really is essential for a tactical game like this, that you're not always playing the same game. And that you're trying different things. Now I think we forgot to mention the character sheets do have two sides. However, the only difference between the two sides is one ability. If both sides had completely different abilities, then you'd have a lot more variability in how it plays. But it doesn't. So that just kind of is. And so this is a game that I do really enjoy. I'm not going to always want to play it, but I think I will always enjoy it when I do play it.
Yes. For me, it also rolled a 4. What happened was I played the first game and I thought this was the bee's knees. It was awesome. I knew it wasn't for everyone. I would have rated a 5. Then I played a second game and we essentially had to give up on it because of the issues we had. And I'm like, this is dumb. This is a 2 or a 3. This is awful. Then I had some time to sit, think about it, and really analyze. It's not as great as a 5 because it does have limitations. And I think Sarah pointed them out. The rules and the fact that not everyone's going to be able to get all the content. And I think all the content is what makes this a complete game. Because just out of the box, I believe this will go for something like 50?
Yeah, it's expensive for 4 characters. Now, granted, I don't know if we said
it has all the tiles.
It has all the tiles, and they are fully painted miniatures that look really, really good.
Yes. So it is a fun experience.
Yes.
Here's the problem. You have 4 characters. You always have to use 4 characters.
Yes.
So you're always going to see those characters if all you have is the base game. Those extra characters is just really needed. So if you're fine with Teen Titans, you might have some relief there, but then you're probably putting another $50 in.
Yep, each base game is 50 because you're getting a different set of tiles.
I just really hope that the 4 characters that we think will also be retail are going to be available to make this palatable, and that's what really keeps knocking it down and keeps it at the 4, because it's a very good game. It just almost doesn't have enough content.
Agreed.
So that will do it for us. Sarah, what's your cartoon character look like?
Well, I like bunnies, but there's already
A lot of bunnies.
There's always a lot of bunnies. So I know at least in Looney Tunes, there's a unicorn.
That is pretty new. So
I'll be a
unicorn. A unicorn.
Looney Tunes.
A Unitune. So from the Unitune and me, that'll be it for us, and we've been Rolling with Reviews. And remember, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can reach out to us on the various social media platforms at
Rolling with 2. That's TWO. We are on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And on YouTube, please like and subscribe.
And if you have time, check out the other content Nanaman has found for you, because remember, he's rolling with you.